Hello and welcome to the Darkburn Furniture YouTube channel. Today's episode we're going to be making a floating console table made out of oak and oak veneer. It's a good one, so yeah, let's go. So first things first, material. I'm using oak veneered MDF. Comes out about 19mm and it's lovely to work with. I know, why don't you use hardwood? Yeah, hardwood is wicked, expensive, and yeah, I do use it sometimes, but I do find it's just really, this stuff's really nice to work with and machined straight and flat. So yeah, I'm now just cutting it down into a bit more manageable size using me track saw. I did have the Makita one, but I've upgraded recently to a Milwaukee one, and yeah, it's bad boy. So yeah, cutting them down to a bit more manageable sizes. I'm labelling things up because I want the grain to wrap around it. So labelling it up so it's really easy to read, and yeah, when I come to it, the grain won't be all messed up. Thumbs up. Running it through actual size now. Yeah, apologies for the shop. It's a bit messy. I'm a fairly new shop, and all my tools and all that are a bit basic. I'm just starting out, really. You know, I've just gone from working for someone else with a bigger workshop to taking on my own now. So, why don't you use this? Why don't you use that? Yeah, I know. But yeah, here we go. I'm just keeping it in order of the grain. I'm just checking either side, seeing what side's the best. Just running through. Sometimes the grain on these veneers are a bit funny, but this sheet I got is actually pretty nice. So yeah, happy with that. Oh, it's cold. Put on a beanie. So once I've cut everything to the right length, I'm just double checking, making sure the grain matches, and yeah, I'm getting ready to cut them angles. Yeah. So yeah, just setting the saw 45. You've seen it all before. Cutting that nice and sharp. Before I do any cuts, I double check and test on a bit of scrap just to make sure it's nice, and I double checked it. So yeah. So to fix it, I'm going with biscuits and a load of glue. Spread out. So off camera, I'm not the best at this yet. So off camera, I did tape it all up just to make sure everything lines up right and sort of like a dryer put together. And I've marked out where I want the biscuits to go. And now I'm just hitting every 45, putting the biscuits in, as you're seeing now. Plop, plop, plop. There we go. There you go. Look. Always good to dry fit, because yeah, you don't just want to get confident and just go with it and it doesn't line up, because that will be a bad day. So yeah, this is my trusty little edge bander. Again, like I say, my tools ain't great, but I haven't got £9 for an edge bander, so I've got a basic sort of edge bander and created this table for it. And mate, it actually works really good. So a little groove for the excess of the edge banding to run through, or nice and slow, and yeah, works fine for now. That'll do me. Angle them up, get them in place, and chisel off the ends as you see on the video. Multiple ways you could do this. Sometimes use a blade. So this idea of putting this extra base plate on the attached to the router, I got from another chippy called Christian. It's Crayfish Joinery. I'll put his link in the description, so shout out Christian. Works really well. It sort of raises it up, and you can fit it in the base plate and the router bit in between the excess of the edge band, if that makes sense. You probably can't tell because of my amazing filming. Who doesn't like my back? Yeah, so with the veneer, give it a little sand. I do it so it's cut it first on the router, so it's fairly tight, and then just sand away any excess. Get actually decent finish, so I'm really happy with that. Obviously you wouldn't do that on a laminate or something like that, but yeah. Now to pull them miters in, and during the glue up make it a bit easier, tape up the corners, couple bits of scrap, and you just miter bond it on. I love miter bond, I use it everywhere, it's my favourite tool. Anything like that, miter bond, bush. So yeah, you mitre bond, a couple of 45s on like that, bit of relentless, horrible advertising, Darkburn Furniture. But yeah, look at all the crap in the back. That's terrible. But you put it on like that, give it a squeeze. Go on, push it, Go on. Oh yeah, push it. Push it. Find the clamp quick. You're filming. Oh. And yeah, so when you put the glue in, you'd squeeze it in like that, and it pulls it together. So I was debating how to film this. I thought this is going to be a bit stressful. So if I do a time lapse, you might not see me flapping. So you can't really work it out. But yeah, so cleaning the glue as I go, any spill out. And you can see, there you go, clamps in the corners and just pulls it nice and tight. Break over, right, now I'm just rubbing my hand over it as you do. Bosh! That was terrible. Movie magic. So I didn't film myself making drawer boxes because you've probably seen a million videos of how to do that. But if you do want to see that, put it in the comments. I can make a separate video. I just didn't want to bore you. I'm using the soft close under-mounted runners for these because I hate the side-mounted ones. They do my nut in. I can't give you any more treats. You're a good dog, though. I can't give you any more. Maybe next time you're here, you can have another one. Very good. God, just love dogs. The sight dog is so cute. So here I'm just cutting out for the drawer faces. Again, I want to keep that grain going across the whole front of this unit. So keep it all uniform because I quite like that look. And this board's got some funky grain pattern, so I've decided to keep that. So yep, you see me here cutting it on my trusty Evolution table saw. And yeah, cutting them to length. I like scoring it first. You're not seeing anything new here, I guess, but I like scoring it first, then going all the way through, sort of help with the splinters out, measure it to the width, and yeah, cutting it. I'm sort of working off at the minute. I'm working off of a table at the back. I need to sort it out. So yeah, in the next upcoming videos it'll be a bit neater, but here we go. Cutting it. Don't forget to turn it on. Keeping that grain all the way across. God, I'm so annoying. So before I edge it, I just want to dry fit. And what I've been doing, so I want to finish about 3 mil, 2-3 mil with the gap margins all the way around it. So I'm putting in I think that's a 3 mil packer. Once I add the 1 mil all the way around it, edge banding, that sort of accounts for a nice gap. You'll see it at the end. So here you see, I do the sides first of the edge banding, then I go over the top because as you're looking down, you won't see the join. There we go, better angle this time. See what I mean? The edge band in excess goes between the router bit and the plate extender, so it works really well. Yeah, that's not my idea, so I can't take credit for that, but when it works, right? Giving it all a quick sand. I will do a final sand at the end, but I just like to sort of, I won't forget it if I'm sort of doing it as I go along, sort of running over the edges with a bit of hand sanding. And then now I've, there we go, yeah, smaller packers, accounting for the thickness of the edge banding. And I'll do another dry fit. And yeah, I'm super happy with how this comes out. I love the grains, crazy on it, so it looks quite quirky. Yeah, my professional prop, i.e. the Milwaukee box. So, next stage is the handles, and I've not been sure really what to do, so thinking either going pretty traditional, just a little pawl, or I've actually made it out of this little bit of solid oak I've got, so I think I'm going to give this a go. I'm going to make another one, starting off, little template, routering out the oak. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. God, that's annoying. So yeah, I created a little template out of MDF, just sort of the shape I quite like. Drew it out by hand, and then just make sure it's all the edges are all the same length and angle and stuff. So yeah, using this little router table I made, I use the fence, the other side of the saw, and that actually works really well. Yeah, you see I've got my little dust pool there. But yeah, so after cutting out with the flush cutter around the template, I'm just using a little round over bit for the finger pull, sort of somewhere for you to put your fingers through, instead of it being just like a cone. It sort of get your fingers somewhere, and then a little round over just to soften it all up as you go around. So yeah, it's really good. I could do another video to show you guys if you want the little router table I made. It's sort of I fixed with lamellos, and you can just lift it up and adjust it. Oh, bit of sketchiness here. So don't do this at home. I'm not telling you how to do things. I'm just showing you this is how I done it. And yeah, probably not the best, but hey ho, we live our lives, don't we? I'm a professional sander. But you know, just try to show that you can make stuff with what you've got. Not got the best tools, but I'm really happy with how the finish. It's a high-end finish towards the end, so I'm chuffed with it. So get over it if you're gonna moan. Just don't catch your little fingies on there when you're doing it. That's a 40 grit, so that'd be nasty, wouldn't it? So done experimenting. I've got this second one pretty much bang on. Carving it going up through the grits, but I'm pretty happy with how it's come out. So I haven't tested it in here. Oh gosh! So I'll give it a go and see what it looks like, and then failing that, set it on fire. Old time lapse. So yeah, bit of masking tape down. I might have bonded the handle exactly in place, and usually I go in with a blade, just a tighter cut, and just get in much nicer than a pencil. Get out the bulk of it with the router, and yeah, just chisel and cut away. Just trying to make it nice and neat, so that the handle recesses in there about 5mm. And here we go. There's the results. Ooh, yeah, super chuffed. So there's multiple ways you can try and get the drawer fronts on. Sometimes this way doesn't work, but get packers in place. I've tried it in dry fit before. I'm happy with the margins. And again, trusty mitre bond. Mitre bond the drawer box or the face. And yeah, sort of as you're putting it in, you're keeping it pressure on the packers, the spacers. Just want it to go exactly where it was. Give it a nice little spray. I don't know if anyone's noticed the mitre bond, the smell's different now. It's actually quite a nice smell. Is that just me? I don't know. Yeah, push that in place, hold it. Sped up, I waited 25 minutes for that to dry, so yeah, you got to wait pretty long. But push it out. The mitre bond just serves as like a temporary hold until you can get some clamps on. Yeah, get a couple clamps that doesn't move. You'll always find there'll be small adjustments when you do it, but this gets it pretty much bang on. Screw from the other side, making sure you don't go through the front. And yeah, you're there. Oh look, I'm struggling. I'm off. Great filming. Can you see what I'm doing? Well, yeah, looking good. I'm happy with that grain. The edge bander's working out alright for me. So yeah, we're doing good. We're getting there. Take the clamps off. Soft close. Bosh. Take that out. Get rid of that. And yeah, little pinky out like a gentleman. So yeah, the way I'm attaching this, I'm just going to go over French cleat. Can't go wrong. The weight of the unit pushing down amongst that cleat is just, even that's probably, unless you've got a lot of upwards push and momentum, it's going to stay there. Plus you do a couple of fixings extra, which I'll show you. But yeah, I like French cleat, very simple. And yeah, it just works lovely. So I'm attaching it. I don't want any screw showing, so I'm putting my marks where I want my biscuits. You can see here, you're having a bubble. You can see the smoke. Does not like that. I don't know if it's only a cheap biscuit joiner, but it's struggling a bit. But look at that, look, I'm not smoking a fag either. That bald head, it's terrible, isn't it? Putting the biscuits in all along the top now. I found out, because I couldn't get the left and right biscuit joiner right up to the end because of the plate of the biscuit joiner, I thought about it, and what you can do is a little rabbiting bit for the router, just like so. Zoop zoop. I just go the whole way on the French cleat. It's just never going to be seen. Doing both sides, just easier to sort of, you'll see it sort of slots in lovely. Again, I just do it oversized, it's never going to be seen. This is the back of the unit, doing both corners, making it so basically I can slide it up along the sides and into the biscuits at the top. Time for a dry fit. So you see, I like doing it nice and tight. Nice and tight. You can see how it slides in there on the way up and then locks in place with the ones at the top. I will put a load of glue, but yeah, this is how a French cleat works. And yeah, he's impressed. So I put the receiving part of the French cleat on the wall, made it all level, and yeah, time to see if it works. Right. After all that excitement, I make sure it's completely level, and this is what I was talking about earlier, that top part of the French cleat you can screw into the back just to sort of nip it in place. You could be alright but just using the weight, but yeah, you can't help with a mechanical fixing. Whack that in there, a couple screws, and yeah, it's double tick still level, lovely. Right, time for a final sand. There's a bit of debate on this because of the oil and what it is. I tend to go with like a heavier grit, so this is a 120. I want to sand it and get that in there, and using the Osmo oil, which I just love using that. Super easy, smells amazing. I'm just scratching it up again with a 120 just to get that oil in there. Super simple to apply. I'm just using like a scour or sponge here. You could use anything you want. Super simple. I do it panel at a time, so it's easy. Wipe on and wipe off, and stand back and smell it. Right, here's the reveal. There you go, all finished. Floating oak console table. I think I'm really happy with how it's come out, to be honest. The handles were a new one for me, and yeah, really happy. So yeah, all done. This will be going up for sale on my Etsy page, so I'll put the link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to my new channel, so I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, see you next time.